Welcome to the WHHI-TV Daily News. There's a lot to cover in the Lowcountry today. I'm Betsy McDaniel, and here are today's headlines. NIMBY is an acronym for Not in My Backyard that is becoming more popular as residents fight expansion in their Lowcountry neighborhoods. This week, the folks who live on St. Helena Island have successfully fought off development of a new gated community with a golf course. Before a packed house, the Beaufort County Council voted 9-2 to strengthen its cultural protection overlay that would ban such developments. The vote ensures the Gullah Geechee culture will remain intact on the island and shoots down a development that would have brought at least 65 homes and a golf course to St. Helena. A housing development without a golf course is still in play. The council also refused to rezone property in an unincorporated portion of Pritchardville near Palmetto Bluff and New Riverside from residential to commercial. Rezoning would have allowed an optometrist to open an office in that area, but would have also opened the door to businesses that residents oppose, such as bars and restaurants that would be too close to the fast-growing neighborhoods. State legislatures are racing to wrap up their business by this week's legal deadline, but they appear ready to come back in a special session to deal with the controversial and ongoing issue of abortion. The current House bill wants to ban abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy with very limited exceptions, not including fatal fetal anomalies. The Senate has struggled to pass a similar bill. Governor McMaster would have to call that session, and if he does so, there would be no limit on what issues the legislature could discuss. So that special session could include the now stalled separation of DHEC into two separate departments, one for health and one for the environment. The Senate has passed a bill that would do that, but then dumped the 119-page piece of legislation on the House, and some members feel the bill is being jammed down their throats at the 11th hour. The split of the two agencies hit the wall last year in the final week as well. The autopsy of the man who Hardeeville Police and Jasper County deputies chased back on May Day near the Exit 8 on-ramp to northbound I-95 appears to show that Caleb Kirby of Union shot himself and was not killed by those officers. The investigation by the State Law Enforcement Division is continuing, and the 4 officers are still on administrative leave. Kirby is alleged to have shot at another car in a road rage incident before dawn on May 1st and then attempted to flee, leading to the chase with the officers. And she's still considered anonymous by the state lottery, but her friends can't help but know the woman who has won 6 figures in the lottery for the second time in 3 years. The woman from Spartanburg gave away a fair amount of her $250,000 lottery winnings in 2020 and recently hit another $300,000 jackpot. She expects to give much of that money away too. In what one might call an understatement, the 2-time winner told lottery officials, "Yeah, I've been told I'm lucky." The media sources on your screen will have more on these and other stories, and we would love for you to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at WHHI-TV. And if you have an idea for a news story, we'd love to hear it, so drop us a line at news@WHHITV.com. And now here's Justin Jarrett with what happened last night in the Lowco.
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Lowco on WHHI, powered by Lowco Sports. Beaufort High freshman tennis star Graeme Angus won his 2nd consecutive state singles title on Tuesday, taking down Waccamaw's Logan Tomovski in the finals. He's only a freshman. 5 in a row is on the table. A few Lowco teams kept alive their hopes of celebrating a state title of their own last night. Patrick Henry's baseball team advanced to the SCISA 2A Championship Series for the first time since 2013 with an 8-0 win over Dorchester Academy to sweep their semifinal series. Fairey tossed a shutout, and Chandler Brown went 3 for 4 to lead the Patriots. Colleton County softball also stayed alive with a 10-7 comeback win over Westwood. Bailey Cox went the distance in the circle, and Jordan Slocum was 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs for the Cougars. The SCISA boys soccer playoffs kicked off last night, and it was another good evening for the Lowco. Beaufort Academy's boys built a 3-0 halftime lead and held off Marlboro Academy 5-3 to advance to the SCISA 2A semifinals. And John Paul II advanced with a 6-2 win over Florence Christian and will face a rematch of last year's state championship game in the SCISA 3A semifinals at Oakbrook Prep, which knocked off Hilton Head Christian Academy by a 3-1 score. The girls get back after it tonight, and we have a couple of Lowco on Lowco semifinal matchups on tap, including another SCISA 3A showdown between John Paul II and Hilton Head Prep at 5:30 p.m. in Sea Pines. For Lowco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.
Thanks, Justin. Now let's take a look at our weather with Maria.
Thanks, Betsy. Yep, so taking a look ahead, we are going to see the temperatures continue to increase, and we are going to see more showers and a few storms as we get through this week and into the weekend. Taking a look at Thursday, it's going to be partly cloudy with scattered showers throughout the day. Hilton is going to have a high 77, a low of 69. Bluffton's going to have a high 79, a low of 67. And Beaufort's going to have a high of 79 and a low of 66. The sunrise for Thursday is going to be at 6:28 and sunset's going to be at 8:10. Taking a look at the beach tides, low tide's going to be at 9:51 a.m. and high tide's going to be at 2:41 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the weekend, into the weekend, Friday it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy with highs in the 80s and lows in the 60s. Come Saturday it's going to be sunny with again highs in the 80s and lows in the 60s. And then come Sunday it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy with some heavy showers in the evening, and highs are going to be in the upper 80s and lows in the 60s. That's it for today. Let's head back to the desk.
Thanks, Maria. After a quick break, we're going to get the latest out of the school district and their summer programs. Don't go away.